Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Ready to Love Season 6. They say 5, I say 6, Episode 5. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all already know what to do. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you get anything out of the content, I would love for you to join the opinionated family. This is genuine coming from me. I respond to all my comments, and we are a community here, so I would love for you to join us. And if you come back each and every week and you do not subscribe, then you might as well send me home, honey. I ain't ready to love. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, we find out who's going home. So Demetrius is telling AP, that her red flags are that she has some unresolved issues with her husband and she still loves him. So she's like, oh, y'all psychologists now. No, ma'am, I don't think that he meant it in this way. I don't think he articulated it properly, but the message is correct. I don't feel like you're quite ready for this type of journey. Like, these men aren't really doing it for you. And I mean, they ain't doing it for me either, if we're really being honest. But you've been out of the game a long time, so this probably wasn't the best way to re-enter it. Maybe he should have stated it that way, because this was kind of embarrassing. Like, you still in love with your ex-husband. She's going to always love her ex-husband. He was taken from her life abruptly. So, of course, but she's not completely ready to delve into this whole new world of dating, because, I mean, some of y'all for the streets. But that's neither here nor there. Moving forward. So then he tells Precious that for her, who she is, they're starting to see it. And the red flags for her is she still want to be in the nightlife and the men are way past that. Okay, pause. Who asked Demetrius, who asked him to blurt out red flags in front of everybody else? I didn't like that. I've never known them in the past to be like, your red flags are. I've never known them to do that. That's like them taking y'all for the eliminate and being like, listen, we think the red flags for you are this, that, and the third. And then the whole group was there. I wasn't really feeling that, but I guess. So the person who is now ready to love is AP. All right, AP girl, we'll catch you on the flip side. Moving forward. So her exit interview, she said, I was devastated. Why? Nobody was there for you except your brother Clifton and your student Wiley. What were you going to do with that young grasshopper, Sensei? Absolutely nothing. You didn't like none of these men and girls, so go on find you somebody that you going to like. She's like, I am ready to love, and they won't tell me otherwise. I think you may be ready to love. You are just not ready to love in this setting. Child, so when AP tiptoes on out, Tommy is like, Precious, fall back in line. Tommy, shut up. Oh, my goodness, sir. She's like, I just really need to rethink some things because, people think that I'd rather be in the club than behind my man, and that's just not who I am. Well, then you need to show them differently, okay? Because it was looking like you want to be in the nightlife all day and all night. So then Tommy tells them, now's the time to have purposeful conversations. It's down to the nitty gritty. It's time for the men to be up for elimination. All right, Tommy, we got it. So Tommy sachets away, honey, turtleneck and all. I guess he knew it was going to get cold during the night hours. And he told them that Eric had the food for them. Eric got the food going. Everybody's getting their food. And then Clifton offers to make Carmen's plate. Baby, what is happening? Baby, old Blue Eyes done casted a spell on Clifton. Now, knowing that they have a connection, that was very sweet of him. It was just so random. I'm like, why wouldn't you offer to make Joy's plate? But I guess because she was already chomping down on her pasta, child. Joy was like, I'll get my own plate. But Carmen was just sitting there waiting for her plate to be made. Okay, girl. So everyone is loving the food. And Joy is thanking Eric for cooking for them. So they're all like, yes, thank you so much. This was really awesome. Thank you. And he said, I'm happy to cook for all of my new friends and for my future wife. Hint, hint. Here go Takia and her little confessional. She's like, well, I did mention that shrimp pasta was my favorite. So I'm not going to say that this meal was for me, but this meal was for me. I know that's right, girl. Toot your own horn. Beep, beep. Child, don't let Karma hear you, okay? Shout out to Mama Joyce. Moving forward. Laverne ain't been talking all day, y'all. Ain't been saying nothing, okay? Nothing. Now that it's time for the men to go home, he want to play truth or dare. So Precious was like, oh my gosh, here we go. Child, they got sis shook. Precious, just be yourself, honey. Do what sets you apart from the others without all that extra. Y'all see what I did there? Apart, because y'all know she got that part. I'm just playing, y'all. Y'all know I'm goofy. But honey, set yourself apart from the others. Pun intended. So she's like, this is what they trying to do. They trying to see who likes who. Of course, it's getting down to the wire. So Vern asked Tina, truth or dare? She said dare. He said, the person you connect to the most, touch him on the chest. Does she even know, y'all? I mean, it's been like 14 hours. Like, who does she know? So she gets up, and I'm like, she better not touch P.O. She bet, child. And what does she do? Touch P.O. I bet Wiley's like, okay, child, just eliminate me now. Even the new girl don't want me, honey. Even the new girl ain't feeling Wiley. I think that Wiley's time may be up. Like, that was the whole reason for her to come. So she could bridge the age gap between Wiley and everybody else. And child, she over there touching on P.O. in this little bird chest. So everybody mouth wide open because they like, what? Girl, you like P.O.? Okay. So Vern is like, 31 and 48? What? So P.O. said, Wiley know about that life. So Wiley just politely said, listen, age ain't nothing but a number. Throwing down ain't nothing but a thing. Shout out to Aaliyah. But now he didn't say that. He did say, it's not about the age, it's the connection. Oh, poor little tink tink. He right though, because if you have a connection, no matter the age, then it is what it is. So he said, I'm just feeling away. This is what he's saying in his confessional. He said, because they are really trying to play me because of my age, but I'm actually very mature for my age. More mature than some of these other men, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. Moving forward. She said, okay, kiss the man. So then Donovan said, Joy, truth or dare? She said, dare. He said, kiss the man that you have the best connection with. Baby, she ran around that table, and I knew she was going to choose Clifton. She went over there, and he had to wet his whistle a little bit. Baby, he was taking a drink because he was trying to brace himself to see who Joy was going to choose. And she went right on over there and planted one on him. I know that's real. Baby, Karma was pissed. Do y'all hear me? She was like, he just fixed me a plate. Okay, Ann? She's like, as soon as we vibing, she just swooped in. Ma'am, they were vibing long before you stepped on the scene. We haven't even seen you two on a date yet. So she's like, I just think this game is messy. That's what it is. Because I'm not about to be kissing no man and then people just put me with him for the duration of the thing. I'm just not about to. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be salty, honey. It's giving saltines. It's giving very much saltines, sis. So Dakia asked Carmen, truth or dare? She said truth because, she's trying to be different and whatnot. And she said, okay, is there someone on here that you're genuinely interested in, or are you just interested in them because this is the selection? Good question. That is a very good question, but this is the translation. Why all of a sudden you like Eric? That's what she really wanted to ask. Why do you like Eric all of a sudden? Is it because he's in this setting, or do you really like him? Because you saw him liking me, and then all of a sudden here you come. That's what she really wanted to ask. But that's okay, Dakia. I'll ask it for you, girl. So she said, yes, I'm genuinely interested in someone or someone's. So then they dared Sabrina to nibble on the ear of the person that she wanted, okay, which was her top. And Joy is like, get on over there, Tori. You already know what it is. Get on over there, because she hyping him up, right? Baby, she got up and she said, let me think about it. So everybody thinks she playing, right? So here she go around the mulberry bush, okay? She just looking and walking. I'm like, okay, so Sabrina like to play games, child. She playing Ring Around the Rosie. Girl, get to it. Like, who do you want? So, child, she nibbles on the ear of Demetrius. You could see the color leaving from Tori's face. Like, you could see the disappointment in his face. I, for one, think that she's better suited with Tori. But, it's her choice. I think that the two of them will be a better fit together. I don't really see it for Demetrius. Like, just as a whole. Not him being with anybody or not with anyone. I just don't see it for him, period. That's just my opinion. So everybody was kind of thrown off because they were just knowing that it was going to be Tori. He said in his confession, he said, I was shocked. Demetrius was next. He chose dare. Ace told him to kiss his number one wherever he wanted to. So he reciprocated and he kissed Sabrina on the mouth more than once, honey. Kissed her, went away, and kissed her again. All right now, Tori. Tori, listen to me. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. It might be time for you to explore other options. Child, and Precious quiet as hell tonight, Precious. Girl, you can talk. It's okay, girl. Don't let them silence you. Okay, be who you are, but just be a more toned down version of that. Okay, Wiley. Don't do all that tonight. Okay, just calm yourself down. Moving forward. So Tori gets up because He was absolutely caught off guard, and right now he's pissed. So, child, he gets up and go makes himself a drink. In the next scene, baby, I guess the spirit of Tommy took over Demetrius. He starts giving this speech. He's like, we need to hone in on the individuals that we have the strongest connection with. No more time to play games. We need to be honest and purposeful. Sir, Tommy asked for you to present to the class who was in the bottom two for the women. He ain't asked you to do all this. He already told them that. But thanks for the refresher. In the next scene, Joy and Precious, they set up a group date with Wiley, Clifton, and Demetrius. But why? Are any of you interested in each other besides Joy and Clifton? This don't make no sense, child. So they're doing like an adult obstacle course / jungle gym type thing. And child, Wiley was struggling. Sir, these jeans are not it for this type of activity. They must didn't tell him where they was going, child. Because he got these tight jeans on. And Clifton, I ain't seen you move yet. Get on up there so we can see what's all doing. Clifton and Joy, they flirting a little bit per usual. And he said, everybody knows that Joy is my strongest connection. And I'm not hiding it. Are you sure? Because Carmen is acting like she didn't know that you and her had a connection at all. She just snuck up. Like, no, girl. They've had a connection since the beginning. So Precious is over there stating her case with Demetrius, trying to prove to him that she is not for the streets and she's not a party girl. You do not have to prove anything to Demetrius. You need to just make sure you carry yourself the way you want to be seen. Like, I don't understand why you're even telling him this. And he was like, well, that's not what we're seeing. We thought that you wanted to, be out in the nightlife. She was like, absolutely not. No, it's not like that. I would never choose, the club or the nightlife over my potential love interest or my mate. Okay. So he's like, in his confessional, it seems like damage control. And we need to see if she's serious or just saying that because she was up for elimination. It does seem like an attempt to prove to Demetrius that this is who she is so he can carry it back to the other guys, but it didn't come off genuine. So she would have done better just showing and proving than saying whatever this is. And Demetrius will a judgy one. Honey, y'all already know how I feel about him. Moving forward. So Joy starts talking to Wiley about the game and about how he is not intentional with who he's feeling. She's trying to give him a little pep talk, child. He ain't picking up what she putting down so we can move on. In the next scene, Sabrina sets up a date with Tori. And she was like, I just want to clear the air. But why? Why are you clearing the air? If that's how you feel, you made your choice. When you got up and you thought about it and made this little cute scene, you chose Demetrius. You just want to make sure he still like you. And you ain't fooling me. So she was like, I'm just nervous, but I hope that he sees the effort to reconnect to him. Girl gone. That man know you feeling Mr. Suit. So Tori arrives. And he said, after seeing her and Demetrius kiss, I'm just trying to figure out where I fit in and where her head is. So they're talking, right? And she asked him how he's feeling. He told her that, he felt like they had a strong connection, but he does understand that they're on a journey to meet people, but he didn't know that she was feeling Demetrius like that. Child, me either. She's like, well, I don't mean to surprise you. I just wanted to be honest with how I was feeling. He said, listen, just tell me. If you're feeling somebody else, then just say that to me. She said, okay, but just because I chose to nibble on his ear doesn't take away from our connection. Well, girl, they asked who your strongest connection was. And after some thought, you chose Demetrius. So it does kind of take away from what you have with Tori because you're letting him know, listen, I like you, but I like somebody else just a little bit more. I don't even know why y'all do this. Who's your number one? Who's your number two? It doesn't matter. Let me get to know everybody till we get down to the end. That's what y'all really need to do. But every season, who's your number one? Who's your number two? And then things like this happen. So she was like, I just really need some patience from you. He said, well, it's not a long journey. I mean, too many hands in the pot can get things mixed up. Like, I don't want to play a guessing game. I'm not playing second fiddle to no other man. Easy there, killer. I mean, the journey is about seeing who you connect with. She connected with you both. Like, she didn't say Demetrius was her final choice. Things can change. I mean, in this whole scenario, especially with Ready to Love, 1 minute you'll be rooting for this couple, and then the next minute, look at Aisha and Dante. Nobody thought Daddy Dante and Aisha was going to get together. That came out of left field. Shout out to last season. But the two of them are thriving together, so you just never know. You just got to keep your cool. Child, Demetrius ain't no competition, honey. He said one thing and she went over there. So quite frankly, you probably should just go and let it go. But I wondered this. Why you getting all up in arms? Don't you have other connections? I'm not understanding. So he said in his confessional, Sabrina doesn't know what she wants. I'm not playing number two to another man. Everybody is dating everybody. I really think it's just an ego thing because everybody was so sure it was going to be him that she was going to choose. And she likes you both. And I think when she got up and she kissed Demetrius instead of you, it made you feel away. She's like, I hear you, but I need more time. So she was like, I just want to know, do you want to continue to explore things? She said, it seems like an all or nothing type of thing. And I don't like that. He said, I might move a certain way depending on how someone moves. And I'm still rocking with you. Okay, child, well then get out your feelings so y'all can get back to connecting. But Sabrina, you're going to have to make a choice here soon, honey. You're going to have to narrow it down. Sabrina was like, I just really want him to know that I want to continue to date other people as well and get to know him. I want to get the most out of the process. And he's like, I'm going to continue to pursue her, but I'm also going to put my hands in other baskets. Yes, do not put all your eggs in one basket. In the next scene, Carmen shows up for a date with P.O. She looks nice. I like the little outfit she had on. So she comes in for a date with P.O. And he was like, I was looking at her and she came in looking like a queen, but I don't want to objectify her. Okay. 1 point in my book for P.O. Just because he said that, he gonna go and get a point. Okay. Because y'all know I don't want to give him much, but I'm going to go and give him a point. So they start talking. Meanwhile, across town, Christina and Donovan, they're going on a lunch date. She's like, he really did catch my eye, so I just want to get to know him. So they start to talk and bond over their Gemini babies. Both of them have babies that are Geminis, and they're talking about how they goo-goo and gaga and daddy, pick me up, and mommy, I love you. So they're bonding over that. I see zero chemistry. It's giving forced. I don't know if it's just me, but y'all comment down below and let me know exactly what you see, because I don't see any chemistry. So they get their lunch and she was like, I've never tried Doug. Can I try that? So then he feeds her. Child, I hope he changed that fork. The parade is still outside. Okay. We don't want to get caught up in the parade. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Moving forward. Back over with P.O. He's like, I would love to give you my pickle if you want it. Okay, I take my point back. I take my point back. Child, just when I think it is safe. That right there had a sexual undertone to it. And I ain't like it. So P.O., therefore, and thus and such, the objectification is happening. So she's like, are you going to feed it to me? Sure, I'll take some. Are you going to give it to me or are you going to feed it to me? Because I like to be fed. Carmen has so much masculine energy about her. I know right now she's trying to do a feminine type thing, but she has a lot of masculine energy. So, child, she got him shook and he kind of stumbled a little bit. So then he picks it up with his old grubby hands and she seductively takes a bite. Ilk. Okay? Just ill. So he was like, what's something romantic that you like? She said, I like it when a man can plan a date without asking me anything and he just knows what I like. She was like, do you like romance? He was like, yeah, I like it. Back with the new kids on the block. She asked him what he was looking for in a relationship. He said somebody beautiful inside and out, and he wants their goals to align. He seems very reserved to me. Like, he may be a match with Ace. That's who I think I see him with. I think those two should go on a date. I would like to see them go out. She said, well, for me, I like someone that's goofy, that's kind, that has integrity. Okay, when you said the goofy part, that's why I can see you liking P.O., but I don't know if he has integrity or not, because sometimes it's questionable. So in the confessional, she said, Donovan is very easy to talk to and a lot of our beliefs align. Girl, so does your BFF. I see friend vibes from him. I don't know, child. I mean, because my BFF easy to talk to and our beliefs align. And what else is going on? She said, hypothetically, okay, because he had said he liked to do vision boards. So she goes, okay, hypothetically, if we were together, New Year's Eve, will you do a vision board with me? Girl, BFFs. See, I thought you were about to say something cute. Child, this date is a snooze fest. Back over with Karma and P.O., she asked about the deal breakers. And he said, low energy, no drive. If you are content with just being content, then I'm out. Y'all, it was a little chilly here in Houston today. But hell must be freezing over because I agree with P.O. Baby, if you're content with just existing, then you are not the man for me. You got to have some type of drive. You have to want something better. Like, keep your let life happen to you over there. Okay, because that's not how I'm operating over here. And Carmen actually agreed with him. She was like, listen, that's the same way my ex-husband was. He just was content with what we had and I wanted more. And she definitely agreed with him. I agree with him too, girl. So P.O. asked why she's been single for 4 years. She said, well, in my career, a lot of men automatically assume that I'm already taken. So he was like, do you think you're approachable? She doesn't look approachable, but I may be wrong, honey. Maybe the men think that she is, but for me, when I look at her, she doesn't seem approachable. She said, I think I am. Do you think I am? He said, oh, it don't matter. If I want it, I'm coming. Okay, sir, but is she or not? Like, I really wanted him to answer that. I wanted to know that because I've heard that I'm intimidating and I'm not sure why. Like, they're like, well, you don't seem approachable. I don't know why I seem so closed off. So I was curious to hear his answer to her. But in true PO fashion, he gave a PO answer. So there's that. I guess it is admirable for him to like pursue you no matter what. But I was just wanting him to give his answer because you know what? Had the roles been reversed, he would have been like, this chick is so closed off. I asked her if I was approachable and she said, child, you know how PO like to do. Moving forward. So then she was like, so are you coming? He said, I'm here. Okay. Oh, child. He said, Carmen has this stare to her. Will make you sign over the deed to your house, your social security number, give her your bank account number and all that. She does have a stare, honey. She will stare into a man's soul. She gonna give him a look if she don't do nothing else. I don't think I see it for these two being together. I think she just wanted to see what the other women saw in him. She just wants to win. I don't think Carmen likes anybody. That's why that question Dakia asked her was a very genuine one, because I don't foresee her liking anyone like that. I think she just wants to win over the other ladies. I don't see her meshing well with them. But maybe that's just me. In the next scene, Christina set up a group date with Ace, Laverne, Paul, Tori, and Dakia. So Paul is over there flirting with Tina, and she said, I just feel a magnetic energy. Like it's kind of like a sexual energy. Not saying I'm just going to dive into it, but I feel it. Really? I'm just so shocked by this. Like I don't see that at all when I see P.O. I don't see it at all. Child, they should have went to Frank's little bar from last season so I could have saw him shimmy his shoulders while he was making drinks. Child, Frank gonna shimmy them shoulders if he don't do nothing else. Shout out to season 5. Over on the other side, Ace and Laverne, they're getting a little cozy, getting a little one-on-one time, and he's fishing for compliments per usual. And so he tells her that he's like, you know what, you do it for me. Well, why are you telling her now? Be careful, Ace, okay? All he keeps talking about is sticking around, staying to the end. Why didn't you tell her this at the pool party? You weren't saying nothing to nobody at that pool party, but all of a sudden she does it for you? That's suspicious. Moving forward. Over on the other side, the kid is talking to Tori, and so she asked him if the game changed some things. And he said, well, it did make me, think about who my top choices were and fall back just a little bit. So they start dancing. Ace is hitting us with the struggle twerk. Go Ace, go Ace. Baby, that was a grandma twerk if I ever did see one. So Christina pulls Laverne to the side because she wants to get to know him a little bit. And she's like, okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself. So here he go. He starts off, well, I'm a Sunday dinner type of guy. What does that even mean, sir? We're all a Sunday dinner type of person. We like to eat 7 days a week, don't you? So are you saying that I like soul food on Sunday? Sir. She's like, oh, okay, well, I make a bomb fried chicken. He's like, oh, that's what they all say. My chicken is actually the bomb. And I was a bodybuilder. And so what? I do not like Laverne. I don't like Laverne and I don't like Demetrius. He's very cocky and he always tries to one-up you. Like, why do you keep doing that? He did the same thing with Carmen when she was like, yeah, I work out 3 or 4 days a week. He was like, well, I work out 8 days a week and there's only 7 days in the week. It's like, relax, sir. Relax. Allow the lady to toot her own horn for a moment. Like, I just don't understand that. So she was like, well, you said you were a Southern boy, so where are you from? He said, Gary, Indiana. He's like, you should know that. You should know about Gary. It's one person's name that should come to mind. King of R&B. And he said it, and so I'm just thinking, even though I know the answer. And she was thinking. She was like, Michael Jackson? Boy, MJ is the king of pop, not R&B. They still fighting over that title to this day. And are you a Jackson? Because, child, you could swear you were a Jackson. Every time you talk, I'm from Gary, Indiana, 2300 Jackson Street. If they know about Gary, Indiana, they will let you know. Okay, they gonna let you know. And Michael Jackson is not the king of R&B. Michael Jackson, may he rest in peace, is the king of pop. And that's that on that. Moving forward. She's like, ugh, okay. He's attractive, but he is not my type. Mine either, sis. Absolutely not. His personality is very off-putting, and no wonder he's never experienced a real relationship. Because, child, if it's the way he behaving, it ain't no wonder. In the next scene, all the ladies meet for the ladies' table at the wine bar, because y'all know how I feel about them not having a lounge. So Tommy is like, ladies, I know some things are heating up, and I want to know all the hot details. Tell me everything. So Joy said, when you left, it got turned up a little bit. Laverne started the game of Truth or Dare, and they started telling him about the game. And so then Sabrina started saying that she nibbled on Demetrius' ear. And even Tommy was like, wait, girl, wait a minute now. What happened to Tori? Now, Tommy, how you know about if she like Tori or whatever? So he was like, what happened with that? She's like, I'm, committed to this process. He said, was Tori surprised? Joy gonna yell out, hell yeah. Joy, be quiet. This is not your turn, girl. It's not your turn. So she tells him that, she's caught in between Demetrius and Tori. Torn in between the two. Shout out to LaToya. So Carmen said, as far as who I'm feeling, because Tommy is asking who they're feeling. She said, I'm feeling Eric and Paul. Dakia said Eric. Ace said Laverne and Tori. She said her and Tori like to, spit 16 bars and they do poetry and whatnot. So Precious said Paul and Donovan. Donovan not interested, sis. Okay, you didn't get it when you were sitting in front of him? See, Precious, I think this might be the problem. You don't pick up on social cues. Donovan is not interested. Sabrina said Demetrius and Tori, of course, and he asked who they were not feeling. Ace said Clifton, he the homie. Carmen said Clifton because when he saw him engage with Joy, she was taken aback. Okay, so you gonna throw him under the bus and be spiteful and say his name to be in the bottom because he was feeling joy? He was feeling joy before you got here, old blue eyes. Moving forward. Tina said Wiley. Precious said Wiley. They said Wiley. Wiley. Everybody said Wiley, child. So Dakia and Joy also said Wiley. Precious said Laverne. Then Christina said Laverne. They ain't like how he was being, to himself at that pool party and wanting the women to come to him. And Ace was like, I'm very worried about Laverne going home. Unless the two of you stake your claim on each other and Laverne changes his attitude, I don't know, child. But we gonna see how this gonna go. I think he might be all right. He just taking up space at this point, so Wiley can go and go, child. So Dakia is going for the eliminate with Wiley and Precious is going for the eliminate with Laverne. So she's telling him that the ladies felt that the game was kind of messy and he a little bit wishy-washy. Ooh, child, she coming in hot. Over with Dakia, she has a much different approach. And she's telling him that he needs to be intentional and, he's giving all the women the Wiley eye, but nothing else. Wiley, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Let go of that Zoolander pose you like to do and get to know the ladies. And if you like somebody, say that. See something, say something. Over on the other side, Precious tells Laverne that he's coming off narcissistic at times. He can be fun, then he's reserved. So they're just trying to figure out who he's portraying. So baby, he gets an attitude. He's like, I'm not portraying anything. I don't trust any of you. So y'all are not going to get the open Laverne. Because I've seen people manipulate that. She was like, that's fear. Okay, and we don't feel like you're going to be able to come out of that. Why are you here? That's what I want to know. If you're not going to be able to open up or if you're not willing to, then why are you here? So Precious doing all this talking. Child, just get to it, honey. Let us find out if he's ready to love or not. So she tells him that the ladies feel like he's still ready to love. She said, I just want you to win me back. Precious. And again, Laverne is not interested. He's like, yeah, it's all good. See, that right there. That right there shows you right there that he gonna give much of the same. It is time for Laverne to go. Now that's just my opinion. So he was like in his confessional, I just feel like they're being judgmental because this is just me. Laverne seems like the kind of man to mistreat a woman or talk crazy to you and then turn around and say, well, that's just me. I always been this way. That's just how I talk. No, thank you. Basura, okay? Absolutely not. I would not deal with Laverne as ever. Okay, he would not do it for me. So then he's like, the woman I want, she's going to come to me. I will be here until the end. Cocky. Moving forward. So Dakia tells Wiley he isn't ready to love. And then Wiley said, I learned a lot during this process. I learned to act on my feelings. And I know that my Mrs. Brown is out there. His demeanor was totally different from Laverne's. He handled it with such grace and class, and he was such a gentleman. He even gave Dakia a hug on his way out. Now that is how you make an exit. Laverne, you need to go next week, okay? Even though it's the women. Your name is a woman, so you can go as well. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Did y'all think Tori was tripping? Do you think Sabrina has a right to, make sure she's talking to everybody that she's feeling? How do y'all feel about Precious just blurting out that she was feeling Donovan? And we all know that Donovan was not feeling her. Try y'all comment down below, and please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.